Right, so today we're going to have a look on Gumbi. Gumbi is a really interesting movement, okay? So it is a carry-through movement. Carry-through means when you step, you use your swing through as a movement to get into into the actual move, okay? So I'll first of all demonstrate what a Gumbi should look like. Now, I'll break this movement down because it's a great transition movement where you can gather this amount of power that you develop into doing different types of flips. From that, you can go into back tuck, full twist, whatever, okay? But first of all, I'll teach you how to do the Gumbi effectively. So, in order to start off, if you can see, I start off taking out like this, exactly like I'm going to do a kick, but I lift off this leg like a swing through, and then I do like a swing through cartwheel. So first you need to make sure you have a swing through cartwheel. So it looks like this. So normal cartwheel, okay? Now a swing through cartwheel. A swing through cartwheel is with the leg going to kick like an axe kick and go into a cartwheel. So like this. Demonstrate again. So the kick is bringing me through, and that is exactly what the Gumbi is, but you're doing it with a step, okay? So first of all, practice the swing through cartwheel. Now, once you have that, you're going to do a step, swing through, and you're going to do it like an awkward shape. So like this. Step, bring the leg over, and go through like a cartwheel. But as you can see, the direction changes and it makes it come into like a curve swing through cartwheel. That's what Gumbi is. So I'll do it in actual time, okay? So not slowing it down, then I'll slow it down so you can see I'll break it down afterwards. So I'll do it again in real time. Now, to break this movement again, as I said, first of all, step 180 degrees, lift off your swing through leg. Make sure when you lift off that it is straight. Don't bend your leg, because that's where the power is coming from. Here, keep it straight. Now from here, go into a cartwheel. So again, step, lift up, and swing through. So that is Gumbi. Now you can do different variations of Gumbi as well. Once you are used to with this movement, once you find this easy, doing this, okay? Once you're okay with that, you can start playing around. You can do hypers. So instead of landing like a cartwheel, you can hyper it. So do you know the ones that I was talking about in my previous tutorials about hyper? You can hyper your Gumbis. So like this. Okay? You can hyper your Gumbis to make it more interesting. That's a little more trickier. I'll show you again. Okay? So, all you're doing is when you're in that midair, you're already thinking about what leg you're going to land on. Okay? So, I started off taking off from here. I start off with my right foot, so I need to land on my right foot. That's if I'm hypering. Hypering is always whatever you start off with, that's what you need to land on. So hypering Gumbis, I'll show you again. Same thing. Start off slowly here and switch foot. Again, I'll show you. Exactly like a Gumbi. in the switch. So you might land at start, landing hypers are very difficult. You might land like this. But what you want to do is, if you know what you're doing up here, when you're doing that, when you're actually doing the movement, then you will land upright. So what I mean is, this is a common mistake when you do hyper movements. So for Gumbi, you start off like here, come here, and then you hyper and your body is already low. Okay, and it looks all messy. To make sure that it's not like that and you look like a pro and it looks impressive, look how I do it. It's not about the power, it's about coordination, understanding when you need to switch your leg. Okay, so I know that you need to know what leg you need to land on. So I know if I'm starting on my right leg, I need to land on my right leg. So I'll do it slowly as well and show you that I can land upright. Step, there, up, and swing through. Do you see? I knew what leg I was going to land on, and that, because of that, my brain already registered it and said, I can land upright, because I know what the movement is. The same thing again, I'll do in live, in real time. So real time, what I did is, when you do that same movement, you need to push off and land on your hyper leg. Ready. Now you can go into swing through backflips, the ones that I was talking about in my previous tutorials when I was doing the swing through backhand springs, or you can do swing through gainers and whatever you need to do. Okay, so Gumbi, a great transition movement again that you can use. I'll show you a combination, a simple combination. So Gumbi, we're just going to do a normal Gumbi into backhand spring. Okay, so here, so it's pretty impressive. As you can see, from that you can do Gumbi into tumbling. You can start tumbling, you can go into backhand springs, go into back tucks, whatever. But it's an impressive movement, and it looks unusual, looks pretty interesting. So that is Gumbi and Gumbi hypers, as you saw, in order to make it more interesting as well again. So thank you, that's Gumbi tutorial.